What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again alongside JS Miner 87 for a big, massive 10 game main slate breakdown for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018. We're going to break it down here on the DFS Quarry channel on YouTube. Hope everybody can join in. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video if you would, please. We'd appreciate it. And real quick, we'll mention once we hit the 100 subscriber mark, we're going to have a contest, give away a free NHL hat to the winner of their choice. So pretty good contest. Get our name out there, man. We hit that 100 subscriber, give away a free hat. Why not? Sounds good. Jared, tonight, your lineups, how they doing, man?
Well, hovering the bottom here, but yeah, I kind of wanted to stay away from chalk with that Tampa Bay game there, and I knew not. I just haven't been confident with the Devils here, so I spread it more so towards the other two games, and well, not turning out. But hey, man, can't complain. Like I said, would that hit almost $19 over the weekend there? So, you know what? I'll take an off night here and then prep up for the big slate for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I can't complain. Last look, I was up to like 34 points or something. So we're still going here yet a little bit. We'll see how it works out. And it's a hell of a lot better day than yesterday, that's for certain. Yesterday, we closed them up about 7:30, and that was it. Done. Didn't need to look again. They were losers from 7:30 all night long. Actually, you know what, though? I can't say that because I think even you texted me early this morning, 5 o'clock or something. Somehow I did cash in one contest, man. Like, last look, I was in 23rd or something out of 30, some shit like that. And I woke up cashing, finished 5th or some shit like that, man. Won $1.80 off that one. But other than that, man, whatever. It is what it is. But a big slate. We'll jump right into it here. I did switch things up a little bit just to let everybody know. I pulled the goalies off a daily face-off tonight instead of using left wing log. They still have Luongo starting and shit. They're not updating their starting goalies fast enough for me. Is daily face-off going to be, absolutely right? No, they're not going to be. But at least they're going to be at least people who are not on the IR. You know what I mean? So that being said, that's where the goalies are coming from, dailyfaceoff.com. So we'll jump into it. First game up on the slate, Winnipeg Jets heading into New York to take on the New York Islanders. Winnipeg is a minus 145 visiting favorite. New York Island, and it's a over-under of 6 in this game. Looks like we're going to have Hellebuck and Grace. What do you like here, if anything?
Well, for me, it's one-sided on this one. Looking here, and you can even see the way the Islanders' prices are starting to reflect it. The hot team, the hot guy, first line there and second line that we've known has gone away. I mean, you look down at all four of these forward lines, even down in the defense, but no power play goals in 5 games, guys. I'd assume they'd have chances, but that's just shocking to me. And if that's the case, I mean, I don't know if I don't really want any play. I think they're going to score? Yes. That being the case, maybe I'd want to just one off Eberle or one off Barzal here. Let me check here. Because, I mean, like we said, Winnipeg gives up goals. I mean, when you look at Winnipeg's on the road, they're giving up 3.2 goals a game here. So the Islanders are going to score tomorrow. It's just finding a hard time of seeing the consistent goal scorer here. And it's hard to put a stack option here. So Lee at 5,500, I don't know if I want to spend that much on them. Like I said, 3,700 with Eberle, that's a chance I don't mind taking. Anthony Beauvillier at 3,500, still getting a lot of shots. 13 shots in 5 games with 3 points. He might be a one-off play, but for me, I don't want to spend a lot, and I don't even think I want to stack the Islanders. Boychuk is a defenseman, still 13 shots, 9 blocks at 3,300. He's still a play. He's a viable play for that, cheap defenseman. And until I get to see some consistent production out of this Islanders team here the next couple games, if they pull, giving up 2 goals and win the next 2 in each of those, I might be back on the Islanders. But, the way Grice and Lehner's been playing lately here, Grice's stats show 3-1, 2.23. If it is him tomorrow, I can't remember what you said, but I'm not on them. I'm all on Winnipeg here. And looking at first liners that score against the Islanders, it looks like 8. Yeah, it looks like 8 first lines scores here. So I'm pretty much on Mark Scheifele here, heavy. I think Blake Wheeler's going to be in play tomorrow as well. So I might do Scheifele and Wheeler. Obviously, the power play is going to be in play as an option as well. So if you want to do Scheifele, Wheeler, and Line A here, it's going to be pricey, but I think it is going to be one of the biggest owned stacks of the slate tomorrow. I'm mainly interested in pairing these guys tomorrow just because, with 10 games, I kind of want to spread it out a little bit more. So for me, I'm probably going to stick to the first line. I don't even mind if I want to take Nikolai Ehlers on the first line as well. He's on that second power play unit. They don't have points on the second power play unit. It's all been the first line, but that's actually given me more confidence because Ehlers has 6 points in 5 games and none are on the power play. It just goes to show you the 5-on-5 kind of production you're getting from the first line. And Scheifele at 7,300 all day. All day I'll take him. A lot of people are still going to be on Line A. I'm going to leave Line A out tomorrow. And that's just me. It's just for the way I'm thinking of the salary and what I'm going to do with my lineup. Looking at the defense here, you could go Jacob Trouba here, 5,100. He's a viable play. 5 points in 5 games. Once again, none are on the power play. So this is even strength production, guys. This is good stuff. Morrissey at 4,800, viable play yet again. When you look at the Islanders, they have only given up 1 goal since I started keeping track against defensemen, so they might not get point production. So you want to if you're not thinking they're going to get points, you want to look at shots and blocks and kind of see what you can do there. And 24 shots and blocks for Trouba in 5 games gives them around a 2-point floor. And yeah, Raiders fan. Raiders fan. Winnipeg has been scored a lot, but you're going to get some skewed stats in that. Especially if Line A was on the road when he got that 5-goal night alone. That was 8 goals in 1 game, and I'm not sure if they were on the road, but 8 goals in 27. So that's going to skew your stats a little bit. But hey, man, no lie, Winnipeg's hot. They weren't hot last game, if I recall right. Didn't they lose last game like 3-1 or something? That was the game we thought that they were going to fall, and they did. But I think they're coming back in a big way tomorrow, and I could see this kind of being a 4-1 win, 4-2 win for Winnipeg, and that's where I'm at on this one here. Some plays on the Winnipeg side, maybe a one-off from the Islanders side, nothing else. Maybe Boychuk's my man. You got me hooked on that Boychuk.
I think it is all Winnipeg here too, man. I don't want no Hellebuck though. I'm not really impressed with the way Hellebuck's playing this year myself. So I'll stay away from that. And I don't want no Grice either. I'll stay away from that. So Ehlers, Scheifele, Wheeler, yeah, I don't mind that. Kyle Connor, Brian Little, Patrick Laine, I wouldn't mind that either. Top 6, beautiful for Winnipeg. I believe you said Trouba. Yeah, Trouba's all right. I like him. I like Josh Morrissey too at 4,800. That's not too bad. I don't know how to pronounce it, Shariat at 3,100 with 10 shots and 9 blocks, almost 20 minutes of ice time. 3,100, that's pretty good defensive play too, I think. So that's pretty much it. Top 6 for me on Winnipeg. And the Islanders, I really don't. I'm not going to play any of their forwards or anything like that. I don't think you need to. 10 games, 20 teams, tons of plays. If you wanted to, though, I mean, it'd be Jordan Eberle, Anders Lee, Matt Barzal, maybe even, Josh Bailey, Beauvillier. So yeah, I would just out of the top 6, I'd let Brock Nelson out of it, but you could play the other 5. Filppula off the third line is kind of interesting. 2 goals, 2 assists. That'd be all right, I guess. Defensively, I like Boychuk again. He gets power play time too, so that would be it. Nothing's really that interesting. Polak maybe at 3,700. I did call Scotty Mayfield the last time the Islanders played, and I think he scored a goal, actually. But 3,500 now, I wouldn't play him. And no Grice. That's pretty much it. I like Winnipeg here, and it's the top 6. I think if anything, it'd be line 2 Winnipeg for me. Next game up on the slate, Colorado Avalanche heading into Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is a repeat. These teams just met a couple days ago, a couple games back there in Denver. 6.5 over under in this one. For some unknown reason, Pittsburgh is a minus 145 home favorite. They should not be a minus 145 home favorite, and I personally think that they should not be favored at all in this game. Looks like it's going to be Varlamov and DeSmith in the net. What do you like here?
Part of me wants to say trap game, right? But with the core talent we're showing here, it's hard to think that way. I think you still go back to the stars here. I think you still go Rant and McKinnon on the first line here. And perhaps one off Crosby here. Let's just take a look. Goals by line. Yeah, I would have no problem either one off and Gensel or Crosby and hitting up McKinnon and Rantanen. Certainly, I still think this second line is in play too. If you wanted a cheaper play with Tyson Jost, JT Compher, those 2 guys are in play as a cheap source as well. Going down, that second line needs to get on board, man. You got 2 points now in the past 5 games. You've heard me say numerous times that I don't like them moving Kessel from Malkin's line. I don't know what they're doing. I don't like Simone up there with Crosby. I don't know why. They just don't get the point. Listen, you don't have to do it this year. We're using these core guys while we can. I get that you want to have some youth time exposure or whatnot, but listen, I'd rather be the Vancouver Canucks or something and go through a growth period and win now. So tell me, put Hornquist back up with Crosby where he belongs, put Kessel up with Malkin, and you can bring Dominic Simone down to third line and keep Rust on the fourth. I have no issues with that. I don't understand why they got Simone up with Crosby. Obviously Pearson, I still like what Pearson provides. Probably the high point of this second line lately. I don't think you're going to get much production from this third and fourth line. For some reason, Brassard just doesn't work with Kessel. I don't know if it's just that he needs second line minutes and he's just not getting it. And he's on that third line and he's just not a third liner. Listen, that happens in hockey, guys. We're seeing it with Chris Letang. First line minutes, he done great, or not Chris Letang. We're seeing it with James Neal. For great as a first liner. They put him on 30, sucks. And I think we might have seen that with Brassard. He was killing it in Ottawa last year at the second liner, and then we take him and put him in the third, and it's just not producing as much. But keep on going. Letang at 6,000, still in play. I like what he provides. I wouldn't mind you taking a chance on Jack Johnson as well, because no power play time, but he's still a good cheap option at the 16. So he's a little about a 1.5 floor at 3,100. I'm okay with that. But Colorado, you go. It's the top 6, like we said. Mainly the top 5. I don't want interest in Colin Wilson. It's Comfer and Yost on that second line. I think Landeskog's going to be the odd man out for me tomorrow. Defensive-wise, Girard had the goal the other day. That was just due to botched defensemen here. I like where Eric Johnson is tomorrow more. Nikita Zadorov, I think it's okay to take a chance at him at 2,600 for that. Every time you're scrounging for a 2,600 player, he might be that guy. Goalie-wise, whatever way you game script this, I think your goalie's in play. I got an inkling that this is going to be a low-scoring game. And listen, there's no facts that I'm basing this on. Part of every gambler comes of saying, I know what the stats can provide me, but what's my gut telling me? And my gut tells me this is going to be a lower scoring game than what people's thinking. So I think both goalies could be in play depending on the way you game script it. And I'm game scripting a low scoring Pens win, 3-2. And I'll take a part of Casey DeSmith.
I mean, Colorado, it's the top line. That's who scores. That's where you need to be. They're expensive. Good luck trying to fit them in. If you can do it, do it. I'm with you on Tyson Jost and JT Compher. I wouldn't play Colin Wilson, but I also like Carl Soderberg off the third line as a center. I wouldn't mind that at all. Raiders fans saying Tyson Berry's expected to be back. If he is back, would I want any of him? I don't know. I have to look into that. Maybe. But that's good to know. Thanks for the info, Raiders fan. Appreciate that. Defensively, Sam Girard's a good play. Eric Johnson's a good play. Ian Cole being back in Pittsburgh again. Used to play for Pittsburgh. Something to keep in the back of your head. Tiebreaker maybe type question. Cole blocks a lot of shots, so I wouldn't mind a shot on him. Nikita Zadorov, I'm with you there too. Patrick Nemeth, 13 blocks over the last 5 games for 2,600. That's a fair price. Really just top line for me. That's what I'm really trying to get in. I don't want no Varlamov here. Just because this game could go like, what I mean? This game could really be a 6-5, some shit like that. Or it could be a 2-1. But I think I'll stay away from the goalies. I think we can get them somewhere else. Pittsburgh, Crosby, I think, is the best play on the slate here. Last time out, he had a hat trick against these guys. He was a one-man wrecking machine for the most part. He's playing like Sid of old all over again. I don't mind a pairing with Gensel. That'd be all right with me. I'm with you on Pearson. I think that's great. I like Malkin also. I keep that as a pairing too. I don't want no Hornquist. That's it. That's it for me. What What's your power play looking like here? Pittsburgh got Kessel, Crosby, Hornquist, Letang. So they didn't change the power play. Power play's in play. Colorado takes a lot of penalties. So we could look to take a shot on Pittsburgh's power play. Power play 1 anyway. Defensively, Letang at 6K. That's a fair price. Dumoulin at 3,300 is pretty fair price also. And that's where I'd settle it out. So the top power play unit for me for Pittsburgh, some Dumoulin and some Letang. And no goalies in this game. That's it. Next game up on the slate, we got Boston Bruins heading into Florida to take on the Florida Panthers. Boston is a minus 115 visiting favorite. Over under of 6 in this game. It looks like Halak and Reamer. What do you like here?
Before we get to that, do you think Pedersen's going to be in the lineup for tomorrow for the Pens, or you think they're going to hold off?
I don't know. I mean, if they get him in early enough, and we get news early in the day, be able to use him. But if we don't get news until later on tomorrow afternoon, DraftKings won't let us use him anyway.
Another note there, I didn't know that McDavid's not in the lineup tonight. That's probably why Edmonton hadn't scored yet last I looked.
I seen something come across my notifications about that, but I didn't pay no attention. I was working on my house, so.
But yeah, let's go into this game here. Boston on the road. We've been saying it all along. Bad team on the road, but to me, the stats are telling me it's this Boston. It's the Florida second line that's going to be getting involved in some scoring here. Let me go check the power plays and penalty kills real fast. 29th in the league penalty kill for Boston on the road. So I'm looking at Florida's power play too. I know that they've probably not. Let me see, make sure. They're pulling up now 13th in the league in power play. So we're going to look. For me, it's the second line in 5-on-5 action. That's what the stats tell me. That's going to be Evgeny Dadonov, Jared McCann, and Frank Vetrano. And you look at this. You got 3 goals from Dadonov, 3 goals from McCann, and 2 goals from Vetrano in the last 5. Obviously, Dadonov's killing the power play and the 4 points in the past 5 games on these power plays. This first power play unit is hitting hard. So they're certainly in play. So if you want to do Dadonov, you want to throw in Mike Hoffman on the first line, Barkov on the first line. These guys are all in play. Yandel at 5,000, certainly a play as well. That's really where I'm probably going to focus here. First power play unit, Dadonov, Barkov, kind of look. Hoffman as well. Hoffman at 6,000, his price has jumped way down. So I'm liking the looks of that. Look at Huberdeau, 5,900. He has 11 points. 11 points. I'm not exaggerating, guys, in 5 games. Take advantage of him as well. Vetrano and McCann getting on that second power play unit. They got 1 power play goal, looks like. Maybe 2 power play goals in the last 5. This might be a stack here. This might be a stack for the power play here. Like I said, Keith Yandel, 5,000, certainly a good play. Aaron Ekblad with 4 points in the last 5 games at 4,200. He's another play defensively. And we certainly cannot ignore Boston going over. I don't want a part of Reimer here. Boston-wise, pick your line. I mean, Florida gives up goals every which way. Each line, you go down across this first, second, third, fourth, and defensemen. They've given up no less than 4 goals from each of these lines across the board. So, anyone can score here. I like Jake DeBrusk still at that second line. 2 goals, 20 shots. Great production there. Marchand at 6,300, high price tag, but he's still shooting a lot, gets power play time. I think I'd probably, if I'm going anywhere, I'm still going to stick to a power play unit here. Boston's not drawing a lot of penalties, but they are 11th in the league for their penalty kill and what they have, and they have produced. So maybe Marchand, maybe DeBrusque, and get that 41 shots between those two. Pasternak, a little bit pricey, but he's still producing. You could totally play him as well. I played Backus the other day for that 2,900. He did score me the goal. So certainly a 2,900 getting power play time on the fourth line. Backus is a nice cheap option to go to as well. Even if you stacked another game and you're looking for this guy, write down David Backus as that last one-off play you really need in your lineup here. These guys, since they are in the same division, they play. Seems like I swear it seems like they're playing each other every other week, and we're talking about a Boston Florida game. I'm not a fan here of any goalie though in this one, so no Halak for me either.
I don't like this game. I don't like it. If you want to play this game, Pasternak, Marchand for Boston would be the top pairing. I take a shot on the whole second line with Donato, Krejci, and DeBrusque, all three. I'd run them as a line combo. That'd be all right. Nothing else forward-wise. Torrey Krug, 5,200, man. That's a great price for him yet. Greltsik, 3,200, 13 shots and 10 blocks over the last 5 games. John Moore, 10 shots, 16 blocks, 1 goal, 1 assist. John Moore, 3,400. It's a good play also. Definitely wouldn't mind that. So, yeah, defensively, I really like them with Krug, Moore, and Greltsik. That's fine with me. And then, like I said, that second line with Donato, Krejci, and DeBrusque would be okay. And the top line, I wouldn't play Colby Cave. I'd just play Marchand and Pasternak. I'm not going to rule out Halak here, but I don't think I'll end up playing him. But I'm going to keep him in the pool for now. I don't want to shrink it up too much too fast. Florida side of it, it looks like they switched some stuff up here, maybe. Am I wrong? Yeah. Well, maybe they didn't, but either way, Huberdeau is up on the first line. I thought he was second line, but he's up on the first line with Barkov and Hoffman. I really like that a lot. Huberdeau, Barkov, Hoffman. That's a great line combo right there. Dadonov with McCann and Vetrano now. That's extremely cheap. So even the second line of Florida looks interesting because they're shooting a puck. Vetrano's still shooting. He's got 2 goals and an assist. McCann shooting, got 3 goals over the last 5. That's great. So, yeah, pencil me down for interest in the top 2 lines. So, be top 6 forwards. Defensively, Keith Yandle's at 5K. Yeah, it's okay, but I really got more interest in Aaron Ekblad than I do Yandle at 4,200. Boy, what a price for Pisk. 2,500 for Mark Pisk. 2,500 for Mackenzie Weegar, whoever that is. Petrovich, 2,500. I really think it'd be not even Matheson. I think it would be Ekblad for me defensively. And I don't want any Reamer. Man, look at what Seaver's doing. Colton Seaver off the 4th line over the past 5 games has 15 shots and 11 blocks for 2,900. So, yeah, I think keep that keep that down. Write that down, Colton Seaver. Could be a GPP play for you. And I don't want, like I said, no reamer for me. We'll move on to the next game. We got the Calgary Flames heading into Columbus to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are a minus 125 home favorite. Over under of 6 in this game. Looks like we're going to have Riddick and Bobrovsky. So, what do you like here?
Well, let's go in. First thing here, all right, so Rittich looks like he struggled in the past 5. Going down. Yeah, 0-1-1, 3.05. I think that definitely puts some action here on the Columbus side. So Columbus at home, 7-4. They average 3.8 goals for, and their power play is the worst on home ice. So 3.8 goals for, almost 4 goals a game at home. So where's their line production coming from? It's just its first line here, and you know what? That's a good 3-way stack here. Honestly, you look. Calgary gives up more goals to really first, second liners. That's easy to say. Pretty much an even split from first and second line. And then they got some defensemen they've given up goals to. But I would not be opposed to running, at least running the Atkinson-Panarin combo and leaving out Luke DeBlatomar. And it was such a big slate to put three guys on to stack 3 guys there. I don't know. I'd rather do 2 wings or a wing, a center, and a defenseman than to take all my forwards on one team tomorrow. That's just my hesitation here. And you look down at the second line here. Yeah, there's some production, but it's kind of cooled off from what we've seen before. They were hot, a few games back for Jenner and Anderson. They've kind of cooled off. So for me, it's this first line. Any cheap options here? Marcus Hannah-Kanen at 2,600. I've seen his name pop up obviously a lot because I check the game stats for every single game. And 2,600, 3 goals in five games. I'm okay with that. I am perfectly fine to take a chance there. Obviously, if I'm stacking Columbus already, I'm not going to bring in Hannah-Kanen, but certainly an option if you don't stack them. Defensively here, 5,600 for Seth Jones. I think the guy's in play just because he's capable of scoring. Let's see if we can get Ryan Murray, 3,600, 3 assists, 10 shots, 7 blocks. Another good play there. Harrington at 2,500 with 3 points in 5 games. Possible option there. Look at this, though. Looks like we got 1 power play point on this first line and 1 power play point on the second line for a couple guys. Bobrovsky, he is in play. I think that's who we said we're going with. He's in play. I don't know if I want to particularly spend 8,100, but his stats are showing it. I mean, you look at his last 5, 3-1, 3.01, and a 9.90 save percentage. I'm okay to play them or play him potentially. When it comes to Calgary, it's according to the stats here, looks like Columbus defensively has more trouble with first liners. So Gaudreau in play at 6,700, certainly. Monahan 6,500. That just shows you how the dude gets 4 points in 5 games. All of a sudden, his price is 6,500. I don't know where that come from. He's been hovering like a 56, 5,800 player, and all of a sudden now he's 65. 3 goals does that to you? I don't know. I think he's overpriced here. I'm not going to do that. I'll still do the 6,700 a little bit because I like Gaudreau a little bit more than Monahan. Maybe you could take a play with Kachuk as well. Let me look here, Columbus, real quick for you. They don't typically draw a lot of penalties. 2.67, their 19th penalty kill. Calgary does draw 3.6, but they're 26th on the power play. So not sure you're going to get much special teams on this one. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I see the potential stack on Columbus's side. For me, when I look at Calgary, I see one-offs. So, it could be Goodrow. It could be Elias Lindholm shooting 23 shots, 3 power play points, maybe one off Lindholm as an expensive option. Going down, like I said, Jankowski, he's still got 3 points in 5 games until that moves. He's a potential play. He hasn't done anything for me. I haven't hit with him, but still trying. Giordano, 5,700. He's a play. Maybe a little bit more than I want to pay. Maybe I want to take Hannafin perhaps at 3,600. But yeah, I see maybe me playing 2 guys tops on Calgary on a line tomorrow. Just not sold on them. Certainly, I want no part of Rittich.
I like a game stack here. I don't want any goalie. I want to run Calgary players against Columbus players. I like Gaudreau. I like Monahan. I like Lindholm. I like Kachuk. And I like Mikkel Backlund. 5 forwards. Those are my only 5 forwards from Calgary I have any interest in whatsoever. Giordano is a pretty good defensive play at 5,700. I wouldn't mind some TJ Brody, 3,400. Hannafin at 3,600 would be fine too. And I don't want no goalie. Like I said, no Riddick for me. I like Calgary. I'm a fan. I think they can score. I think they're young enough and fast enough to be able to put some points up here. I mean, Columbus is a good team, but yeah, I mean, I still think they can be scored on. So I do have interest in the top 5 of Calgary, certainly. As far as Columbus, the Breadman keeps the whole line combo cheap enough for you up there. But for me, I think it would probably end up being more just Luc Dubois and Atkinson as a pairing. But like I said, Panarin's cheap enough to put him in up there with him. Boone Jenner, I guess you could pair him with Anderson. I think it's the top line for me, more so than anything. It is. Just if I play Columbus at all, it'll be top line. I like Seth Jones also. He's super productive. Werenski's shooting the puck more. Werenski's 44. Jones is 5,600. Ryan Murray has 10 shots with 7 blocks for 3,600. It's kind of interesting. David Savard, 3,500. 9 shots, 7 blocks. That'd be okay. I don't want no Bobrovsky here. He's quite capable, and he could really just flat out shut Calgary down. I just don't see it happening. If you think that Columbus can go in here and Calgary can come in here and Columbus can win this game, like a 3-1 fashion, then I say play Bobrovsky. But if you see any kind of goals at all here, I don't think either goalie's in play. Next game up on the slate, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, along with, I believe, Nylander should be back. Probably won't see much ice time, but he should be back. And they're heading into Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Sabres. We have an over-under of 6.5 here, and Toronto is a visiting -155 favorite. What do you like here? You're muted.
Thank you. I always try to remember here, but all right, let's start over. Basically, looking at the stats here, I don't see much special teams action. You look at Buffalo, they're only taking 2.42 penalties a game and killing those off pretty well. You look at Toronto, taking 2.62 penalties per game. Toronto only draws 2.8 power plays a game. Buffalo, little 2.9 power plays per game they're drawing. So while they may be good in the league, they're both pretty disciplined teams. So you would want to keep, I think, with strictly line combinations here. Yeah, you're right that this line hasn't adjusted to any Nylander return yet. For me, looking at the way Boston goes here, I like Tavares, Marner, Hyman a little bit more for this one. First line shows to be a little bit more successful against the Buffalo team. I mean, yes, it's likely if you wanted to one-off Matthew, he's 8,100, and yeah, Toronto's been hot for so long. You wonder when that's going to turn into a letdown here. Looking here, a bottom play. This third line's a sneaky play. This third line could be a sneaky play tomorrow. Buffalo has given up 3 goals, looks like, against third liners. Yeah, I like Johnson and Kadri as well. I mean, the reason I like Andreas Johnson, 6 points in 5 games, right? You look at Kadri, 17 shots in 5 games at 4,100. These two could be a sneaky play on this third line. Mainly, I'm at the first line, though. Defensively here, I'm going to look at shots and blocks more than anything. Riley, 6,300. I don't think I'm going to spend that high on a defenseman tomorrow. I think I'm going elsewhere for defense than Toronto here. Do I have interest in the goalie? It depends. If he's 7,000 something, maybe I do. Let me see what they want for him. 8,400. No interest at that price tag, guys, for Toronto's goalie. And switching over to Buffalo, switching gears here. Eichel, 6,600. Easily a play. Reinhart, this first line has been pretty phenomenal. I'm not on the second line tomorrow. If I was on anyone on the second line tomorrow, it might be Okposo at 3,800 as a one-off here. Man, it's so hard to think. Yeah, I think you could pick one of these guys and play them in your line. I'm not sure I'm even going to stack if I were to choose these guys. It's pricey. There's 10 games. Do I think you need to play this stack? No, I don't think you do. And it's hard to game script this. I could easily see it being maybe 1 goal by the top line and then some depth scoring into a 3-2 game here. And if you put all your eggs in the basket, you're done for here. If I were to do the stack, I think I'd probably lean towards Eichel and Reinhart over Eichel and Skinner. Defensively here, I like that they moved Dahlin up to that first pairing. They had moved Ristolainen down. 3,800, I'm still a fan of running Dahlin. Yeah, it's Dahlin for me. Ristolainen, yeah, you could play Ristolainen 4,900 if you'd want. Like I said, the power play, it's produced a little bit over the past 5. Both lines has. So you could play it. I just don't think you're going to see much penalty action. And to tell you the truth, against the Sabres team, I have interest in Hutton. I do have interest in Carter Hutton tomorrow.
I think it'll be Omar. Hutton played today.
Omar.
Yeah. And normal circumstances, I would Ah, man, I can't. I'm not playing Buffalo here. Buffalo's been on a road trip, correct? I don't know how long, week and a half, some shit like that. They've been away from Buffalo. I do not like teams at home when they're returning from a long road trip. Not to mention the fact their 10-game winning streak was ended. They've been getting smacked around by every team they played so far. It was what, Tampa, then Florida, and now again Nashville. Just, I mean, I don't think they lost bad to Nashville, but nonetheless they lost. Um, and it's not like it's getting any easier for them here, especially now. They're heading home to take on Toronto, that just got their holdout signed Saturday at 4:55 p.m. Eastern time. Um, I think Toronto is going to be chalky tomorrow, somewhat, as well as the next game with Tampa Bay. I think they'll be chalky also. But I think for cash games, you got to go to Toronto. Um, you don't got to go there, but I think you should go there because everybody else I think is going to go there. So for me with Toronto, um, just give me the usuals, right? Give me some Tavares with Marner. Give me some Austin Matthews. And let me have actually line two. If this is the way it's going to work out with Marlowe's, Matthews, and Kapanen, which I think it possibly could here, um, because if I see anything happening, if Nylander does come back, I see Nylander going right in here on the second line, and Kapanen will either go up to the first line and Hyman will go to the third line, or Kapanen will drop to the third line and Brown will drop down. Something to that effect, I would assume. So I still want the big dogs. I want Tavares, Marner, Marlowe, Matthews, um, are all fine plays. I mean, Mitch Marner is almost a cash game lock at this point, dude. 10 assists over the last 5 games. This guy scored points every game, man. Every game. So I like all of Toronto. I mean, I want to see how it works out and what we're going to look at after morning skate or some shit like that. Um, just to be certain. That's all. Um, defensively, I mean, you're going to have to want to save some money. So maybe some Nikita Zaitsev, 2,600, possibility to go there. I don't want to pay up here, man. I don't want no Morgan Riley here at all. I'll avoid him because I just think you're going to need the savings for a stack. Um, yeah, I really like Mitch Marner here. I really like John Tavares here because I really think you're going to have the Eichel line paired up with the Matthews line. And if that's the case, I think that opens things up for Tavares and Marner. That's the way I want to go. I'm going to keep Frederick Anderson in play also. As far as the Buffalo side, if it is Olmark, I don't want any part of Olmark in the net for Buffalo. But I do agree with you. If you think that they're going to score some goals here, it's the top line. It's Jeff Skinner, it's Jack Eichel, it's Sam Reinhart. Any one of them three. I played the pairing today of Tage Thompson and Cal Okposo. I do not know what they did, but I still like that pairing. I don't really care for Casey Middlestat so much, but if you need the savings, a second line centerman at 2,900, kind of hard for him not to hit value. But I do like Tage Thompson and Cal Okposo. Tage Thompson came over to Buffalo from St. Louis in the O'Reilly deal. That's how he ended up over here. He was a highly touted prospect. Dolan at 3,800 is a beautiful price. So is Bogosian at 3,400. That's a super nice price. I played Bristol Lineman today. I don't know what he did either. But at 4,900 is a fair price. He's a much better play on FanDuel, though, than he is on DraftKings. But that's it. I think it's Toronto here. Give me Toronto on a 4-1 win. And I think Anderson's in play. Next game up on the slate, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who Cole is hating on right now. But that's okay. They're going to play again tomorrow. So Tampa Bay Lightning heading into Detroit to take on the Detroit Red Wings. We have a 6.5 over under in this game. Tampa Bay is visiting minus 160 favorite. And it looks like we're going to have Domingue and Jimmy Howard in the net. You want yourself some Jimmy Howard?
Let's see. This is left wing lock has that Pasquale as the starter. You know, that's the frustrating stuff here. Because did Domingue play today? Right?
He probably did. So maybe it is Pascal.
Yeah, you'd wonder if they're going to start Domingue on a back-to-back.
Why wouldn't they?
Huh?
I mean, it's quite possible that they do, though. I mean, if you think about it, why wouldn't they?
Because their other goalies are getting hurt. Nonetheless,
If it is Pascal, it changes everything.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, it's just something to talk about here.
Right, right. I mean, like I said, I went off daily face-off because we've been struggling with left wing lock. It's been so bad. So I tried this one, but if it is Pascal, you know what I mean? I mean, it definitely opens up Detroit drastically.
Yeah. Hey, man, I got to go to the well. I got to go to the well here for this Detroit line one pairing here. Maybe not so much Abdulkader, but I got to go Larkin and Mantha. I mean, these guys, look at the shot production. Between the two of them, 45 shots. 45 shots. I mean, I'll take that at least, you know, when they score. It comes from that line. Athanasio's kind of cooled off, as we've seen, and they won goal in the past 5 games. But Franz Nielsen's picked it up. You still have Nyquist, 5 points in 5 games there for him. Bertuzzi, if you look, been suspended 2 games. Don't put him in your lineup. Hopefully DraftKings will let you know. But I've seen them a little lacking sometimes to mention guys that won't play. You know, he might not have an indicator by his name, and the only time they tell him he's suspended is when you click his name and see that he's been suspended 2 games. So keep that in mind. Now, what does that do? I don't know if they're going to bump up Christopher Ain, or maybe they could even bump Vanek up to that third line off wing. I can't remember if Vanek can play both sides or not. But, it, you know, like Joe said, it's pretty simple. It's that top line. Now, you look here, Detroit, not drawing many power plays. They only draw like 2.8, but they do convert at about 25% for 8th. You look at Tampa Bay, they're a pretty decent power play team, obviously, or a penalty kill team, but they do take a lot of some of the more giving up a lot more power play chances for the opposing team. If that's the case, I think you know, it stinks that they put Larkin on opposite. Do they? Now, who am I looking for? Larkin's there. No, Larkin and Mantha on that first power play. Pair them up with Nyquist. I think the 3-person stack's in play. Mike Green, 4,700, another great defenseman as well, opportunity. I think Cholowski's in play tomorrow at 3,600 too, guys, on that second power play. Anyone else I don't have interest in. And to tell you the truth, Joe, I do have interest in Jimmy Howard here. Tampa Bay on a back-to-back. I'm not sure what their record is, and 7,000 is a pretty nice price tag here, you know, for a goalie. Here's the key for this Tampa Bay team, guys. You got the best power play team on the road going up against the worst penalty kill at home. I think that's the correlation you need to take. That's the correlation you need to take. So if that's the case, you go right down this power play. Kucherov, 6 power play points in 5 games, certainly an option. Victor Hedman, 5,400 on that point with 4 power play points. Braden Point covering the other point, 4 power play points, 9 points in 5 games. That's where you're heading to, guys. Not the second power play unit. The only one that's got a point, Tyler Johnson. That's probably a point when he was switching shifts with the first power play. It's the first power play unit. I don't have any need to look anywhere else. Stamkos has 3 power play points. I wish he'd get more shots going around. I don't know what they've done with his role. He's not even shooting. He's down to 6,100. I guess it's become the Braden Point and Kucherov show with a little bit of Tyler Johnson. And it's going to be a high price thing. It's going to be another chalk play, I think, is just talking about chalk plays. For those that are new, it's just, plays that you're going to expect high ownership in. And that back-to-back scares me. I might take a chance on Victor Hedman as a defenseman as a one-off, but I really like at least the Larkin-Mantha pairing here.
Cut and dry for me. It's Tampa Bay all day. I don't know how you don't play Tampa Bay here, whether it be just as a pairing or something of that nature. Not me, buddy. I want it all. I'm gonna bypass talking about the 5-on-5 lines. I'm gonna move right down to what I'm interested in. Here we go. Power play unit number 1, Yanni Gourde, Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point, Victor Hedman. If I can get all 5, which I think is possible, I'm putting all 5 in. Period. I'm playing all 5. No doubt about it. That's where everybody needs to go. Those 5 are your plays from the Tampa side. Take a quick look at Detroit. I really don't want to play Detroit, really. But if it is Pascal, like we were trying to figure out here with these goalies, crap, sucks. If it is Pascal, Detroit's in play. You got to consider them, even if you get 1 or 2 guys off of Detroit just to run it back against that nice Tampa Bay stack you want to stack up. Larkin and Mantha is a great play. Look at that price. That is what, $9K. 10-2. 10-2, you'll pay $10,200 for that pairing, which consists of 5 goals, 3 assists, 45 shots, 2 blocks, and a power play point. Extremely well worth it. Larkin and Mantha are in play. If you want to get something off the second line, feel free. I think you play Nyquist. I think you can play Nielsen. Athanasiou, I think you can play him too. I think you can play Tyler Bertuzzi, but I would keep an eye out to see if anything happens with that cheap-ass shot that he threw in last night's game. Hit that dude, man, and come over by the bench, man. It sucker punched him. He's on the bench and shit. Come on, Bertuzzi. That was bum, low, piece of shit play, man. That disgusts me. If you're sitting on the bench, you got no business whatsoever involving yourself with anything that's going on the ice. Just a cheap shot, man. And to you, Bertuzzi, I say you're a P. Period. Defensively, I like Cronwell at 2,500 just for the savings. Mike Green is always a great play. I talk about him as much as I can. I like to play Mike Green. Cholowski, I think, has just kind of slowed off a little bit here since Mike Green came back. So, I mean, I like Cholowski. I think he's going to be good. Just not certain tomorrow's the spot for him. I think I'd rather pay $2,900 for Nick Jensen. And I can't play Jimmy Howard. But I can't play Pascal either if it is Pascal. And I probably really don't want any Domingue if it's Domingue either. I'm not liking the goalie situation so far as we're looking at it here. We'll move on. Next game up on the slate, which I think is a good game. This is going to be a good game to watch. Ottawa Senators heading into Montreal to take on the Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens are a -180 home favorite. We have a 6.5 over-under in this, and I happen to believe that we got plays on both sides of this game. What do you like here?
We have a game stack, folks. We have a game stack here. You are indeed right. And give me the over on the 6.5, guys. It's the top 6. Let me just go with the right away, hands down play. We're going over here to this Montreal side. We're going defense, and we're going down here to Shea Weber. We're bringing him in 5,900. He's coming back in play. You know what? Jeff Petrie, 4,300, finally got back on the board the other night with a goal. Petrie's in play. Really, I think this power play unit, listen, you look at this top power play unit. They've had 0 power play goals in 5 games. It's coming back tomorrow, guys. Shea Weber, Jonathan Drouin, Max Domi, Brendan Gallagher. They're putting Kotkaniemi on that first line, but I'm probably leaving him out. This is the four-person line stack that I could run. You got Alan Homeiss. Sure, they're not converting. I get it. They're 3, but they do draw almost 4 penalties a game. They're 28th. Okay, that's terrible. But you know what's worse? Ottawa, dead last. They might not draw a lot. They say it's 2.83 penalties per game, but they only kill 67% of penalties. 67%. They're getting a goal on the power play tomorrow, and they're getting goals pretty much anywhere, I think. I think this second line is certainly a play. Drouin and Domi, I really like. I have no issues with Shaw either. He's on that second power play unit that's actually been producing. Gallagher, 6,100. He needs some points to validate a 6,100 price tag, but they're going to come tomorrow. Like you said, this is going to be like a 5-4 game. And you look at Ottawa, man. I mean, since I've started tracking goals against, 28 goals they've been scored on. I think they've given up like 5 per game, except for that game they shut out the Rangers, that I stacked the Rangers, and they sucked it ass on me that day. I tell you what, it's not going to happen tomorrow. Montreal needs a win after that Sharks loss that we called. Cole's going to be happy, and Montreal's going to win this game. Don't play goalies in this one, because why? You go to the Ottawa side, folks. This first line's still in play. Batherson, even though they're not tracking stats for him, Batherson's been a great play. Ryan Zingle, Matt Duchene. Duchene I'm leaving out because I don't want to pay $6,900 for that. If he was shooting 15 to 20 shots in the past 5 games, I'd do that, but I don't know. Zingle, Kachuk here at $5,900. Mark Stone, $6,400. I'm okay to pay that. And heck, even down on this third line, guys, you're going to get – let me just make sure if I can – maybe not as much third line here. Fourth line, Magnus Pajjarvi. He's a good play for savings if you need him. Same with Zach Smith if you need that one guy. Defensively, yes, you can validate at 6,600 for Thomas Chabot. He's certainly deserves a look. And no interest anywhere else in defensively. And I'm sorry, Craig Anderson, no interest in you either. But like I said, we got a 9-goal game happening tomorrow here. And you know what? Probably going to be a 2-1 game. Now I'm going to eat my own words. But, hey, I'm predicting 9.
I hope you're right. I love this game. Look at this, buddy. This is my favorite thing here. Dzingel back up there, buddy. Yeah. Give me some Dzingel with some Matt Duchene. I'll take Drake Batherson, too. Ain't that the coolest name ever, dude? Drake Batherson. I mean, think about that. Does that sound like a hockey name to you? I don't think it does. Do you know what it sounds like to me? Attorney at law, Drake Batherson. That's what I think it is, man. But nonetheless, he sounds like a Harvard grad, right? Sir Drake Batherson. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Anyway, enough picking on him. I'm sure he's good. Brady Tkachuk, Colin White, Mark Stone. I like all 3 of them. I like Chris Tierney, and I like Mikkel Boddicker, and I like Bobby Ryan. I think the top 3 lines here are in play, not just the top 2. I like the top 3. I'm with you on Thomas Chabot, man. This kid is amazing. He's a great defenseman. But look at Dylan DeMello, man. 13 shots and 8 blocks for 3,600. Can't ignore that. Can't ignore that. It's great value at 3,600. Christian Jaros, no. Ben Harper, no. So yeah, I like some Ottawa here. I do. I'm not going to pick a winner in this game. I'm not certain. It could go either way. No goalies though. But Montreal side here, man. You guys already know. Those of you who watch videos, where exactly I'm going to go with these guys. And it's not going to change with me. It'll be Tatar, and it will be Brendan Gallagher. You could play Philip Denault. I won't play Philip. But yeah, I like Tatar and Gallagher. My line really is the line 2 from Montreal with Drouin, Domi, and Shaw. I like that a lot. Arturi Lehkonen, you could take a shot on him too off the third line. Defensively, Shea Weber, and Shea Weber, certainly. And the other day, I played Shea Weber and said, I think, Shea Weber is going to end up taking the shots, yada, yada, yada. And I said, I don't think Jeff Petry's in play. Well, guess what? Jeff Petry scored. He was certainly in play, and I missed it. So I apologize for that. I just thought it'd be Shea Weber. And that would be it for me. And like I said, no goalies here. And Jared, Raiders fan, asked in the chat there, on a 10-game slate, Raiders fan, man, I don't necessarily see the ownership being here on the whole game as a whole game. But as far as individual stacks, yeah, you got to think so, man. I look for ownership on Toronto, and I look for ownership on Tampa Bay. But then again, you know what, though? I mean, we got to think about this logically here. We'll dive into this as we get going here, man. I want you to think about something, though. Here's what you think about, right? We have Colorado on the slate who just put up 6 goals against Pittsburgh, right? We have Winnipeg who's scoring massive, one of the top lines, in all of hockey. Do you have those 2 on there? We have Calgary that we know that can score goals. We also have Columbus, who's been playing well. They can score goals. Toronto's on the slate. Tampa Bay's on the slate. Buffalo's on the slate. Ottawa, Montreal's on the slate. We also have Minnesota in Vancouver, right? And we also have Washington and Vegas in Vegas for the first time since they won the Stanley Cup. So, do you really think the ownership will go to Ottawa? I'm not so certain about that. So, with that being said, I love this game. I absolutely love it. Now, with that being said, and the popularity of our show that we put on here for you guys every night, we might tilt the slate towards Ottawa. You never know. I'm messing with you. Jared, do you agree with that? My analysis on that?
Yeah, like you said, I don't think it's going to be a high popularity game stack wise, but yeah, I think certainly people will be throwing pairs on either side, really. I think this is one, like you said, I can game script both ways. I mean, but I just can't see goalies stopping shots tomorrow.
No, I'm with you there. I think if we want to play Ottawa, man, I think we stack the game. I do. I think we stack the game and hope it goes 9, 10, 11 goals, man, and stay away from the goalies. Next game up on the slate, we got the Minnesota Wild heading into Vancouver to take on the Vancouver Canucks. Minnesota is a visiting 160 favorite, over under of 6 in this game, and it should be Dubnyk and Markstrom. I do have interest in a goalie here.
I'm going to make it simple, and I'm glad a game like this, for the sake of time, came up. Not much interest, guys. But Bo Horvat is a one-off for me. He's starting to play pretty well. Brock Besser, since he's coming back second line, that's really the only one-off plays I want. Don't care about anyone from Minnesota. They don't really score a lot on the road, and especially when they're traveling, halfway across the country. I really don't see them scoring a lot across time zones, even though they didn't play today. I do have interest in Markstrom, though. High interest in Markstrom. And I don't think Vancouver shoots enough. If you do validate if you think Minnesota's going to win in a close one, I don't think Vancouver shoots enough to play Dubnyk. And that's all I'm really going to say here. And I got zero interest in the Wild. You're muted.
Like I was saying, I didn't think we'd be on the same side of this game, at all, because I don't like this game. I don't like Minnesota at all. I don't like Vancouver at all. And my interest was in Markstrom because I know Minnesota's going to put up the shots. So with that being said, I mean, I'm with you, Jared. If anybody wants to play this game, go right ahead. I won't be joining you. I don't think that we need this one. I mean, I think this game goes under. I see a 3-1 game here, and I'm thinking 3-1 actually on the side of Vancouver. And that's all I'm going to say with that one, man. I mean, I'm not trying to cut anybody short. It's just I know I'm not going to play this, man, and I don't think you should play this game. So, next game up on the slate, Washington Capitals heading into Vegas to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas is a minus 125 home favorite. We have a 5.5 over under in this game. Should be a Holtby and should be Marc-Andre Fleury. And like I said, this will be Washington's first game back since winning the Stanley Cup. What do you like here?
For me, it's still, I'm going to the well here on the first line of Washington. They've been unstoppable. I think that's where your plays are. It's Ovechkin, it's Backstrom, it's Tom Wilson. You look at these, 8 points by Wilson, 8 points by Ovechkin, 9 points by Backstrom. No one can stop these guys lately, and I think that's where you're going to stay. Another interesting cheap pick down here on this fourth line that you can look at is Nick Dowd. Dude has 5 shots in 5 games. 3 of them are goals. Like, that's great production on a cheap guy that might get you goals too. Because, I mean, you look, let's see Vegas. They've only given up 1 goal to fourth liners, but maybe tomorrow's the day. Vegas is easily one of the, like, record-wise, maybe not the best record for home teams, but they do have the best goals against on home ice, giving up a little under 2 goals per game. 1.7 goals per game, but is by far the best goals against average at home. See, goals by line here. Washington, it's his first line, guys, again. I think that they're going to actually produce. It's Carlson, it's Riley Smith, it's Marcia. That's the line I'm on. Second line certainly has been producing. You could certainly pitch an argument as to why you're playing them. But I'm really on that first line there more so. Not going to – I might do a one-off of Carlson or a one-off of Riley Smith myself is the way I'm looking at it. Defensively here – maybe Derek England here. 8 shots, 15 blocks in 5 games with 3 assists, 3,200. Great production there. And I think this game can go either way. 4-1 for either side. So I'm going to steer clear of goalies in this situation. In a GPP, I think you can put an argument for Marc-Andre Fleury. And because, I mean, he's probably going to see 35, 40 shots. So Fleury is in play here, as well as Braden Holtby also in play. So goalies are in play here. Just which way you want to game script them. I think it's a little risky in a cash game play. I think you'd want to kind of look at your Vegas odds, see what goalie is the highest favorite along with shot potential here and play him on your slate here. But I think it's just too risky of a play to go goalies in a cash game.
Raiders fan just threw out a stat for us there. He says Vegas Golden Knights give up the least amount of goals at home per game.
1.7.
With that being said, I don't think your play is here, man. I don't. I mean, you can't win no tournament on shots on goal or block shots. Can you get a goalie from here? Yeah, but you need goals to score. Now with a 5.5 over under, I don't think the goals are going to come from here. If you want to play these guys, Jared, I'm with you all day. Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Tom Wilson. That's where my attention would be 100% for Washington. If you want to play someone defensively, I like Kempney at 4,100. John Carlson, I think at 6,800 is just a little too much for me. So it'd be Kempney, I think, for me. And I think Holtby's in play as well. Vegas side, Fleury's in play. What can you say? I mean, like, they're not giving up goals, man. So let's keep Marc-Andre Fleury in play. As far as forwards go for them, the top line's cheap, but you want to play the second line, Pacioretty, Cody Eakin, Alex Tuck. That's where it would be for me. So line 1, Washington, line 2, Vegas. Defensively, like I said, Kipney from Washington. Nate Schmidt, 3,200 would be a great price. Braden McNabb, 2,500. Shea Theodore, 5K. Shea Theodore 4K. Shea Theodore at 4K is a beautiful price. Look at Derek England, 15 blocks in the last 5 games at 3,200. These guys look pretty decent on the defensive end for Vegas. Shea Theodore, Derek England, Nate Schmidt, those 3 are perfect. I got interest in Fleury. I'm going to go out on a limb here, man. I like Fleury, I like Vegas in this one. Give me Vegas in a 3-1 win at home. I wouldn't mind that at all. Last game up on the slate. Don't know how much interest you're going to have in forwards here, but I got interest in the goalies. Arizona Coyotes heading into Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Kings. The Kings are a -110 home favorite, 5.5 over under. This is pretty much a straight pick'em game. What do you got here for the Coyotes and Kings?
Man, boy, these teams, man, they give up pretty much the same amount of goals across the board here, and it's not typically a lot. Like you said, I think we almost got our Boulder work. Old Cal Peterson might be coming along here if they don't bring Quick back. But I think they're going right back to the well. Quick. I'm calling back-to-back shutouts for Quick. Great. I'll take it. You have my Boulder pick now. And he's going to get us another 11.8 points. And you look like you said, not too much interest in forwards on this 10-game slate. I think you can look at Kopitar and Dustin Brown and play one of them. Certainly the price validates that, 5,000, and they each have 7 points in the last 5 games. I think that Kovalchuk did him a favor by getting the 4-week injury. And defensively, I got a lot of interest here in Drew Doughty tomorrow. Certainly, Derek Forbort, 2,700. Look at this, Joe. 14 shots, 8 blocks. This is the kind of defenseman you're looking for here. 2,700 price tag. we tend to always have interest in Alec Martinez. He got a goal the other night. He's got 2 points, 8 shots, 14 blocks for 3,500. Another good play. So the Kings certainly have good plays. You go to the Arizona side. I mean, Clayton Keller is a one-off. Another nice pick. I mean, I think you got guys here that are cheap single-off plays, and that's what I'm looking for this game for. I want a guy that gets me first-line minutes at a cheap price. Nick Schmaltz, 3,800. He's getting first-line minutes. He's getting power plays. He got 6 points in 5 games. So I might do that. That I might need that money right there on that last play, and he's going to be a great addition as well. So this is the game. Like I said, look for the one-off plays on this first and second line of each team. Point production's been there, and certainly they got great NHL experience. They are at the bottom of the league. I understand that, but I like this game actually to take a few plays on. Game stack game, I'm not there, but I am there to grab one spot on either side.
If I do anything from this game here, I think what I'm looking to do is pull a goalie with a defenseman. So if I play Hill, which I kind of have some interest in Hill, if it is Hill, should be Hill. Give me Hill, right, with like Ekman Larson. Wouldn't mind that, or some Jarmelson. That'd be okay. Goligoski even at 3,900. That's how I would play this. I don't want no forwards here. I don't think you need to go here. If you're looking for the late night hammer, you could do that. Get yourself a couple forwards, but I don't think you need to do that. If I play quick, right? Jared, I'm all the way on Forbert. That's a great price. For Forbert, you can't ask for anything better at 2,700. Drew Doughty, even at 4,500. Alec Martinez, he saved me the other night. I paired Alec Martinez with Quick, came from 23rd to 5th just with those two guys. It was amazing, like, totally amazing. So yeah, I like that, man. I'm sort of leaning towards the LA side here. I could see LA winning this game in a 2-1 fashion, I think. I don't think there's any plays here that's going to break a slate, so I'll fade these forwards and I'll go with my gut on this one and say I don't need nothing from here other than a goalie to win it. That's all I got, man. You want to jump in? We'll play our game.
Yeah, we better play the game. We've now found out that's why Raiders fan stays the whole time. And Diamond Stack for me, the more I looked at the slate, the more I read down. You know what? I got second line Pittsburgh. I got Tanner Pearson, Evgeny Malkin, and Patrick Hornquist. Second line Pittsburgh tomorrow.
Second line Pittsburgh. That's a good play. Pit line 2. My Diamond Stack, man, I went believe it or not, I will pull it up here. I took Winnipeg line 2. And maybe I'm wrong, but I like that. Kyle Connor, Brian Little, and Patrick Laine. Line 2, Winnipeg. What do you got for your snowflaker?
I'm pulling them up now, but it's going to be this first line of Minnesota Wild. And Parise has been hot a little bit as of late, but tomorrow I just don't like them. So it's going to be Zach Parise, Mika Koivu, and Nino Niederreiter. First line, Minnesota.
Man, you suck. I had already had them wrote down for mine. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I'd like to take some. Well, I'm not going to. I'm just going to take Vancouver line 1. Give me a second. I'll pull it up. I didn't even look at Vancouver today. I have absolutely zero interest in Vancouver. other than Markstrom. Big Gagner and Horvat and Vertanen. No wonder I'm picking that one. Yeah, definitely Vancouver line one. Snowflaking. And your Boulder Award, I already wrote it down unless you're going to change it.
Now I got Jonathan Quick, but honorable mention for me, and this is a surprise what I'm going out on the limb for, is going to be Bobrovsky against Calgary tomorrow. So I'm just going to keep track, but Quick is my main pick, yes. But yeah.
I actually looked at that too, man. I thought about that. Like he could do this. Bobrovsky could certainly shut them out. But I didn't go that way. I took Hellebuck. I think Hellebuck could shut out the Islanders. Maybe not, but I think he can do it. Whatever. He's not playing all that well. It's not a very good pick. Whatever. Raiders fan, Arizona line one for your snowflake stack is not a bad pick either. Raiders fan was keeping us updated there with our little contest we were in. Turns out I won. Hey, I'll take it.
I hung on for like 20th.
It's only second win of the year in them contests. I'm doing fine placing in the money as far as that goes. I've not hit them all money lines, but I've been up there and I've hit a lot of the money lines, but I've only won 2 contests so far, so it's not like we're doing anything big. And whatever, man. It's all in good fun anyway. It's not like we're getting rich doing this. Something to pass the time, makes everything a little more worthwhile, especially for us, man. I think, right? We enjoy the contest more than anything else. I think, just to see what Raiders fan or see what Cole's playing. You know what I mean? I think to be honest, I learned a lot from Cole already. You know what I mean? Cole plays a little different. Doesn't always run the same kind of lineups that we run. Game theories, things a little different than we do. Raiders fans, same way. I'm still calling him out on that Cal Peterson pick for the shutout. Man, it's ballsy. And Cole, by the way, since you're still in here, I did play that Montreal LA Kings stack. It wasn't the greatest, man. It could have been a lot better. But I did play it, man. But nonetheless, guys, we appreciate everything. We really do. I know I speak for Jared when I say this. This has been nothing of what we could have even begun to imagine. Right? Like we were planning on doing this and thinking, if we get, like 20 people to subscribe, and we get like 25 views a night, we'll be doing something. Maybe we won't have to do one every night, but man, this has been a heck of a run for us. It's pretty impressive. The league has, thanks to Cole, everybody else has absolutely exploded. 140 members or some shit like that. Our subscribers are climbing on a daily basis. 72, 74 subscribers. We're 26 away from the contest. Raiders fan, he's man, he really wants that Pens hat, man. Or actually, maybe he wants that Seattle hat. Future NHL home.
I thought he was getting that Kings hat. Get it signed by Peterson.
Yeah. That's right. Cal Peterson. But anyway, like I said, we have fun doing it, and like I apologize ahead of time. There's a lot of times that we just get way too busy and we miss a slate or miss a night. That just understand we both have full-time jobs, we both have full-time families, and above and beyond anything else, we both have wives, and sometimes we just can't win against the wives, man. That's all there is to it. What can I say? So Jared, if you ain't got nothing else, man, we can get the hell out of here. We'll be back again tomorrow night, guys. Appreciate everything. Raiders fan, Cole, Mitch, Michael, Kevin, everybody else who's normal watchers, Brandon even. All you guys, we'll see you guys again tomorrow night. be roughly around the same time, and we'll break another slate down for you. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow night.